Claire McFarlane is a South African-born Australian. She's starting a brand new project this year called the Beach Run for Awareness, and she's here to tell us her incredible story. Hello.
Hi.
You're starting the Beach Run for Awareness.
I am.
It sounds like a big feat.
It is. It is. 184 countries. So it's a very big adventure.
Now, I want to talk more about what you're going to be doing and the logistics, but why don't we talk about the reason why you're doing this beach run? We know it's for awareness. What do you want to bring awareness to?
Yeah, it's for survivors of rape. I have my own personal story of survival, and through that journey I've realized that rape is a really big issue in the world for women, and it's something we don't talk about a lot. And so I decided to sort of use my story and share it, and hopefully make a global change, sort of really shift the taboo around rape so we can talk about it more easily. And then I also have a vision to have some really specific change happen around the world.
Tell us your story.
My story. Well, it's a long one and it's complicated. I'll fit it into small. So what happened was I went when I was 19. I had done my first year of university and wasn't sure that it's what I wanted to do. And I went off on an adventure and went to live in Paris, in France. Didn't have the language, didn't nothing. I really wasn't. It was just pure adventure, discovery, and I got to Paris and fell in love with it, of course, and was actually only going for a year, but I decided to stay longer because I wanted to pursue fine arts. And I was also working because I was self-funding, and I had a part-time job, and unfortunately halfway through my second year in Paris I was going home after work, fairly late at night, to get a taxi, and I was intercepted by a man on the street who very violently attacked me and raped me. And it was a horrible ordeal. I thought I was going to die. Fortunately, I fought physically, and then I fought mentally, and I think that's what saved my life. And we found out afterwards that it was a serial rape. So he'd done it before, it really escalated, but unfortunately they never caught him. And so then I sort of jumped back into my life. I was only 21, so I was very happy to be alive, actually, and thought I don't want this person to take away the rest of my life, and went into what a lot of survivors do, which is denial, and plunged into my world. And then fast forward 10 years later, so 2009, I get a call from the French police saying they found the man that attacked me. And I went into the lineup and ID'd him straight away. And I had a choice. I could choose not to be implicated in the criminal side of things in France, which meant that he may not have even served jail time. Or I could be implicated, but I then had to be a civil party in the proceeding. So that's really complicated because it means I have to go and get my own legal counsel, I have to pay for it, and that's how it works in France. The victim has to be a civil party. But I decided to do it, and that was probably the toughest 2.5 years of my life. And it's sort of what really brought up my story again for me, and sort of got me now to this point, because I've had to have a really long ongoing legal battle in France. It took 2.5 years to go to court, to criminal court, but it took until last year, October, to have final closure.
Claire, if we want to follow your journey, how can we do that?
Facebook is the best at the moment. So it's actually Beach Run for Awareness is an acronym for BRA. So it's Project BRA, so Project BRA. I also have a website, and it's projectbra.org. But Facebook is really the place I'm updating photos, information, a really sort of immediate way to follow what I'm doing. And if anyone wants to support the project, because there's the whole fundraising component that I'm doing, my sort of vision and goal is to be able to donate about 120,000 Rand to an organisation in each country that I run. And that organisation is to help them with their healing programs, because that's sort of the biggest thing for rape survivors is the healing process, and it's not linear. and I'm selling t-shirts. So there'll be a t-shirt for each stage of the run. There's 9 stages, and hopefully I will have a lot of really interesting artists that will be actually involved in producing the t-shirts, and anyone can buy a t-shirt, and that the money from the sale of that t-shirt will go to the fund itself, which then goes out. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me.